Good afternoon, everyone. This is Woody Collins with Congo Helping Hands, and this is another day of talking about Congo. So we have a couple of subjects that we always want to talk about, and the first subject is yesterday. I made the point that we needed roads and also railroads and electricity. Those were the top three items that I thought that we needed immediately in Congo. And I started thinking about it. I need to kind of let you know why in more detail. And I wanted to go deeper into the need for roads today. And then maybe we can, I'll put up a video later that people can look at what is the road conditions there in the Congo. So those are the subjects we want to talk about today. And thank you for tuning in. Yes, number one, roads. We take for granted roads here in the United States. We even complain about roads. I'm here in Indianapolis, and we have, to me, because of the winter weather that we have some big potholes in there, and I think the roads here are really damaging. They could also damage your car, do all those, and then bust tires. We've had a couple flats that we've had to replace because we hit a pothole and went into, but that is nothing compared to the roads in Congo. The roads in Congo are just so bad that you cannot even travel over them. You'll get stuck. They're deeply rutted by trucks. It's just like you're out in a nature uh, park or somewhere. Even for motorcycles, it's even difficult. Over the last couple of weeks, uh, with interest, I looked at some YouTube videos of people crossing Africa on motorcycles. They even got stuck, and because it's just so bad. So roads are really important. We just take for granted roads. So we know that out on our roads we have these big semi trucks that's carrying produce to where we need it to go, delivering it. Even at the height of uh, the coronavirus pandemic here in the United States, we had shortages of things, but we still had food and stuff that was available in most places. The shortages was caused by a manufacturing delay and not by transportation. In the Congo, I've had to fly stuff from Kinshasa because it wasn't just practical to try to ship stuff. We have shipped stuff from Kinshasa. We tried to do it by river. It leaves Kinshasa, goes down the Congo River for a while, up the Congo River. Since the Congo River flows into the Atlantic, so when you're going inland, you're going up the river, and then you cut off on the Kasai River, and they were shipped to Elabo. It took us 6 months to get the stuff, and it had to be repeatedly handled because they didn't have any material handling equipment. But it was a bad situation. We just could not, fathom that it took, 6 months to get things. By road, it may or may not have gotten there fast. By rail, I mean by river, it's a little cheaper, but it's not that much cheaper. And when you're talking about timeliness of things, it's better to, if you're near an airport, is to fly stuff in. For example, working with Paul Law, he's going to have stuff flew into him versus trying to put it on the river and it be manhandled and stuff like that. It'll be best and faster just to load it onto an airplane. He charters the whole plane. It flies out to where he's at, and then he unloads it, and it's a lot less damage, potential damage to it, and also it's faster and it's most expedient. You know, so roads are really, just think. I want you all to think about going from one city to another. around holidays, AAA always puts out how many cars are going to be on the road. And we have roads that's are really good. So I would just say that roads are important. It can connect villages and it can help the economy because those roads are going to have to be built and also maintained. And so that gives people a job to do and can be paid for by the government or by even by tolls. I wouldn't, if a road was good, I wouldn't even mind paying a toll to be on a road in Congo if it was a good road. But sometimes the roads are bad and they still want to charge you, for some, they call it coffee, just a little tip so that they can buy a few things. So roles are important, and that's my number one. If you disagree, let me know. But after over 20 years over there, I have, went through going 140 miles, taking us, 10 hours to go 140 miles. That's averaging 15 miles an hour, and that's and we were nonstop, driving and stuff like that, getting stuck, sliding off in ditches and all that kind of stuff. So the other thing I want to talk about, just give a quick update up on the outbreak of Ebola. The they still they have not gave any updated figures later, so it's still at about 118 confirmed cases and about 48 deaths. It hadn't reached the last I seen. It had not reached 50 yet, but it's still moving up, and they are really concerned about it spreading to the Republic of Congo because that border is the only thing that separates those two countries is the Congo River. So with boat traffic and people freely going from one side of the river to the other, it's probably has a greater chance of getting into the Republic of Congo. And then we'll have a multinational response that will be needed by the WHO. So they're really interested in making sure that it does not spread, and they're vaccinating people to keep it from they got a pretty good vaccine, so they are vaccinating people, but you still see the case of people catching it because they wasn't there. They was out in the bush when the vaccination program went over and things like that. Coronavirus, this is the 17th of September, and the country officially opened back up on a month ago on the 16th of August. So therefore, I have not heard, or they have not said that it has spread outside of the capital city yet. So that's something that I've been watching and keeping up with because like everything, I think that it probably will spread out once people start traveling from province to province, and especially by air. So nothing new on that front. And so I would want to end today and say thank you for tuning in. And I want you to be blessed and also take care of yourself, take care of your families, and and think about and pray about the people in the Democratic Republic of Congo. This is our episode for today. Please, if you have any questions, please drop me a line and either on Facebook or on YouTube, just send me an email via our website. I'll get those because we want to be able to answer your questions that you may have so that you can better understand what the poor people are doing to survive in the Congo. So thank you again, and we will see you tomorrow at 3 o'clock.